Welcome! Today we're going to talk about this really beautiful example of a 2015 Infiniti Q50 3.7 premium all-wheel drive that we have for sale. We don't see too many of these older Q50s that often, but this is a really beautiful example. I can't really get over how clean the inside and outside is. It's absolutely beautiful. The seats look like they were never even used, even the driver's seat. The exterior is almost equally as beautiful. These older Q50s, like I said, are harder to come by, especially with low miles. This one only has 48,764 miles. Most people average 10, 12, 15,000 miles a year. So at 2015, in July of 2023, with only 48,000 miles, is way below average miles. It's a local clean Carfax vehicle, 2 previous owners, and who better to buy a pre-owned Infiniti from than a new Infiniti retailer like us? Our techs work on these vehicles on a daily basis and are very familiar with them. If you're looking for a nice, reliable, Japanese-built luxury and sports sedan, the Q50 is a great example. These earlier Q50s are unique. The Q50 first came out for the 2014 model year, replacing the G37 sedan. So from 2014 to 2015, it was equipped with the very familiar 3.7 liter V6. So this has the older engine, a 3.7 liter V6. Some Infiniti Nissan purists really like this engine. It has a track record of reliability and power. In 2016, they phased out this engine and they replaced it with a new twin turbo V6, which is a fantastic engine. It's smoother, it's more fuel efficient than the 3.7 liter V6. But the newer engine, as far as longevity goes, is still kind of up in the air because it came out in 2016, where this engine, goes all the way back to around 2006, 2007, when we first started seeing it in the G37 sedan in the Nissan 370Z. And this engine is actually based off the VQ35 engine, which we've seen, since the early 2000s. And I've seen plenty of examples of these engines with 200 and variations with 300,000 miles. That's why people seek out these engines. And it's not just a engine that's long lasting, it's also an engine that is very powerful. It makes close to 330 horsepower, so it's very quick. So you have an engine that could potentially go 200,000 miles, maybe longer, and it makes 330 horsepower. That's why people love these engines, especially these younger kids looking for, cheap cars that can go fast. Well, this isn't, I don't think this one's at that point for one of those kids yet, maybe when it has 150,000 miles on it. But I think this is a great vehicle, a great daily driver, great commuter vehicle for somebody of only 48,000 miles. And you have an amazing all-wheel drive system. So let's look around this Q50 and talk more about it. With this nice wheat leatherette interior. We have a moonroof, nice aluminum trim. We have a drive mode selector that will make changes to steering effort, throttle sensitivity, traction and stability control settings, transmission shift points. So you have snow, eco, standard, sport, and personal. We have 2 screens here. The top screen is for navigation and parking camera. The bottom screen is the tab-like interface for vehicle settings and apps. Actually, the interior doesn't look actually too much different than a 2023 Q50. They haven't made drastic changes from 2014 to all the way to 2023, which looks like it might actually be the last year of the Q50, believe it or not. I think it will probably get replaced a couple years by an electric sedan, but that's still to be determined. So we'll see what the future has in store for our next Infiniti sedan. But if you're looking for a nice pre-owned one, this beautiful 2015 is definitely well worth a look. And you can see the exterior is absolutely beautiful as well. Really nice lines on the Q50. It's absolutely a beautiful automobile. And sharing its platform with the Nissan 370Z sports car, this thing is very, very fast and it handles very, very nicely. So the platform that Infiniti and Nissan shares is called the Advanced Front Midship Platform. We've been using this platform since the early 2000s when the G series and the FX series and the 350Z was introduced in the early 2000s. They call it the Advanced Front Midship Platform is because they take the front engine and they place it as far back behind the front axle as possible, so the center of gravity is towards the middle of the vehicle, giving it as perfect 50-50 weight distribution as possible. There's that beautiful 3.7 liter V6. As a person who's been with Infiniti 19 years, I know a lot about this engine, and When I sought out an Infiniti to add to my family, I purchased an FX37, which has the same exact engine. In fact, my FX37 pretty much has the same engine, transmission, and all-wheel drive system as this Q50, and they're awesome. And you also have maintenance-free timing chains, so you never need to worry about the cost replacement of timing belts. Those timing chains are zero maintenance, are designed to last the service life of the engine about 300,000 miles. Nearly new tires on this thing. We have an intelligent all-wheel drive system that also has a lot of sports car pedigree. The all-wheel drive systems are derived from an early version of the Nissan Skyline GTR. It's called a TESA, which stands for Advanced Total Traction Engineering System for All Terrain. So under normal driving conditions, it's a 100% rear-wheel drive bias that helps improve gas mileage, because if the all-wheel drive system's working all the time, it's going to go through gas faster. So it gives you a 100% rear-wheel drive bias. That rear-wheel drive bias also helps for sportiness, because it gives it the feel of a rear-wheel drive sports car. You can kind of feel the tail wag a little bit, especially when you have the sports selector, the drive mode selector in sport mode. But things are quickly reined in with the help of the all-wheel drive system and the amazing vehicle dynamic control system, an amazing stability control system, which, you know, saves your bacon and makes it fun to push this Q50 to the limits. So if those rear wheels slip in a matter of milliseconds, almost instantly, you can send up to 50% of the vehicle's power to the front wheels. That's the amazing Tesla all-wheel drive system, and it matches beautifully to this 3.7 equipped Q50. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video. Hopefully see you soon, and have a wonderful day.